One thing I've heard a lot from other artists is that they want to do more sketching and painting, but they just don't have time. If this is you, it's completely understandable. You may be dealing with a lot of other things in your life: job, kids, spouse, aging parents, responsibilities, and other circumstances that many of us are dealing with these days. And so trying to carve out time for just one more thing, even something you just really want to do and would be so good for your soul, can feel challenging. And I think this is why a lot of people are attracted to travel sketching, because the reasoning goes, well, I don't have time at home, so I'll go on a trip and then I'll get it going then. But unfortunately, this doesn't always work out that way. Unless you're going totally solo and you just have no travel agenda, then maybe. But you probably will have some sort of itinerary, and there'll be other people you're traveling with, and they're going to have their own idea about how things are going to go down. So it can be almost as challenging when you're away as when you're at home. So this is why I think it's a good idea to establish some sort of sketching habit before you ever leave. Because then when you're on your trip and you pull out your journal, it's not going to be a big deal. It's just going to feel completely normal to do it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can easily establish a sketching habit despite what is going on and make art more a part of your everyday life. So I could talk about time management, and I'll touch on that a little bit in the video, but the truth is, time management is not going to get you in the habit, at least not all by itself. If you're really struggling with this, there is something much more important that you really need to confront. So I hope you'll bear with me. I'm going to go a little deeper here and talk about why it is we don't do the thing we say we want to do or find time to do it despite what is going on. This really has to do with your self-concept and your willingness to make being an artist part of your identity. So I have a few questions for you. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as capable and worthy of creating art? Do you call yourself an artist? These questions can be really revealing. It really lets you know what's going on inside of you. There's this really interesting paradox about being an artist. It's like there's these two truths that we kind of walk the line between all the time. And the first one is, you're already good enough. And the second one is, you're never going to feel good enough. And that's just the way it is. You're good enough, but you don't feel good enough, and you just kind of bounce back and forth. The truth is, art is a learning path. You never get there. It's a process that you engage with, whether you're a beginner or you're Van Gogh. It doesn't really matter. It's about curiosity and experimentation and having fun. And the truth is, if you feel like you're an artist, then you are, and you should own that. When I first started painting, I was very excited and I wanted to improve, but I also was fumbling around a lot. I just didn't feel very confident about my work, and I used to hide it away. I never showed it to anyone. And then after a while, I did start to wonder, when do I get to call myself an artist? Like, when am I good enough? And I really had no answer to that because there isn't one. And then one day I just thought, screw it, I'm just going to tell people I'm an artist and show them my stuff. And it was really interesting that nobody ever questioned it. Like, I would tell people I was an artist and nobody said, no, you're not. Nobody ever said, no, you suck. I mean, I don't know what they thought of my work at that point. And I realized it didn't really matter. It mattered what I thought. It just mattered that I was doing it. So if you really feel like you are an artist and you want to do this, you are, and you should do this. And what's really interesting about this is once you start to make that part of your identity, you're going to want to work, because what does an artist do? An artist creates art. So you're going to create art. You're going to find time to do it. And it's the best way to create the habit. It's the fastest way to create the habit. Just change how you're seeing yourself. And you're also going to improve a lot faster. I don't know why that happens, but it just does. Like, you just own that I'm an artist, and so you just get better a lot faster. Now, if you're still feeling a little ootsy about owning being an artist and telling people that, I have a little exercise for you, and it really does work wonders. So this is something that I adapted from Louise Hay, the spiritual teacher. She did a lot of mirror work. So this is basically mirror work for the artist. So what you do is, the first thing in the morning and the last thing in the evening before you go to bed, go into the bathroom, close the door, look at yourself in the mirror, like look at yourself right in your eyes and say, I love you. You are worthy. You are worthy of doing whatever you want to do and being whoever you want to be. You deserve to be an artist and create art. If I have a desire to do something, that desire comes from divine source. I have a right to step into being an artist. I am an artist. And I would do this a couple times, morning and night, and just keep doing it every day. And you'll be amazed how much it's going to start to shift your self-concept and how you're feeling about yourself. And suddenly it won't be so weird to just think, yeah, I'm an artist. I create art. Now I'm going to talk about the time management piece, although it's not so much time management as priorities. There was this writer I used to know who told me she never really made a lot of progress with her writing until she stopped trying to do everything and made writing the priority. And by that she meant, if the beds didn't get made that day, she didn't get to the market, if she didn't clean the house, it wasn't that big a deal. Like, that stuff is going to get done. The laundry will get done eventually, but at least she got her writing done first. And we all have stuff in our lives that we could deprioritize so that we could make more time for art. One of the big things for me was shopping and errands. I used to run errands the minute I needed to do them, and I was like going to the grocery store every day. Now I go once a week to the grocery store. I do errands maybe once a month. That frees up a lot of time to paint. Another area that you could deprioritize, and we all could do this anyway, regardless of whether we're going to paint or not, is the time we spend with media, television, social media, the phone. I mean, even YouTube. I love YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I think it's a great tool, but I would love to hear from people that they were painting more and watching less of my videos. I mean, that's the whole point here, right? Another area I would have to do is socializing. It's okay to say no to some things. Like, if you're going out a lot, it's okay not to go out one night and just work on your art. I mean, you're an artist, right? So you need to find time to do art. So it's kind of interesting when you look at your life and see what you can deprioritize, how much time you really do have to create a daily habit. One thing I would recommend in trying to establish art as a habit is make it harder not to do it. What do I mean by that? Years ago, I read this book by Ramit Sethi, and he was talking about how he was trying to start a running habit. And every morning he would get up and he would think, I don't want to go put on the running gear and go. And he would just go back to sleep. But then one night before bed, he took all his running gear out and he put it right next to the bed so that he would not be able to ignore it in the morning. And the next day he got up and he got dressed and he started running. So I know if I clean up my art studio or I clean up my little space that I'm working in, I don't work. It just seems too monumental to get everything out again and start working. So I highly recommend not cleaning up. And I think that's kind of a theme running through this video. Just don't clean, paint more. So leave your things out. So it's just really easy to just sit back down and start working again. Keep your art kit packed so that you can take it with you everywhere. Just have everything always ready to go. It'll make it so much simpler. And that brings me to another point, is to work in stages and short bursts. Like, don't look for these big blocks of time. You don't need 2 to 3 hours. That can just be like overwhelming. How about 20 minutes? Just find 20 minutes in your day that you can start doing art every day for 20 minutes to create your habit. And just make it easy on yourself. So if everything is just left out, you could just sit down for 20 minutes and work in stages. Don't expect to finish anything in 20 minutes. It's kind of fun, actually, to just do something in little pieces. So maybe one day you sit down and you just do the outline. The next day you do a first wash. And then the next day you're adding more details. If it takes you a week to finish a piece, who cares? Actually, it takes a lot of pressure off, because then you don't have to start thinking about, what am I going to paint now? What am I going to paint now every single day? You have something that you're working on. I find that a big relief. It's just mentally, it makes it just a lot easier. If you aren't good at finishing things that you start, then just paint small things. Paint a shoe, paint a lamp, paint a coffee cup. I don't know, whatever you can finish in 20 minutes, just one small thing that'll give you that feeling of accomplishment and keep you going. Here's a way to trick yourself into getting a lot more sketching done and getting into a habit. Take your kit with you everywhere you go, and anytime you are waiting for something, take your journal out and sketch. We all have waiting time. We wait at the DMV, we wait for a table in a restaurant, we're waiting in the car for somebody, we're waiting at the doctor's office. I mean, life has waiting time. So instead of scrolling on your phone or looking at a magazine, you can pull out your journal and you can sketch. And this is actually a really great skill for when you're traveling, because I know when I'm on a big trip that has a big itinerary, That's when I get all my sketching done. I get it done when I'm on the bus, or I'm waiting in the lobby for somebody, or I'm standing in line at the museum. So waiting time. I hope you got something out of this. Be the artist that you are, create art, put it out there. We need more of it in the world. If you want to say anything about any of this, that would be amazing. Leave a comment. I'll see you on the next one.